Good morning. Well, I'm up a little bit earlier this morning and it feels a lot cooler than it has. Last night, I'm at Kap Kig Iwan, by the way. Last night I couldn't even keep a shirt on. I was just running around in nothing but my swim trunks. And last night was a little hot to sleep too. Don't think I got a lot of sleep. I guess I probably was out for 5-6 hours of it. But it's enough to keep me going for now anyway. Just making some coffee here. Looks like it's ready. Not really going to bother with too much breakfast this morning. I do have a little bit of cereal though. Maybe I can just finish that up because this milk's pretty much going to be done today. It's not gonna last much longer. So whatever I use is what I use, and then it's got to go. So I'm going to have to figure out how to get some food today because I don't have much else. I had nothing but tomato rice last night, so I'm gonna have to get some meat or something. Now there is a grocery store right here in Englehart, but if I buy it now, I'm gonna have to ride about 275 kilometers in the heat with meat or milk or whatever I buy, and it's gonna have to last. So I'm not sure if that's gonna work out. On the other hand, if I don't buy it, and I push on, I'm looking at the map, and the only little town near where the next place I'm going is called Moonbeam. And the Google says there is a grocery store there, but it's just like a little town, can be like a variety store kind of thing. And I'm not even sure if it's open. So what if I get all the way to Moonbeam and then find out I can't get my groceries? So I'm trying to assess whether I should do that. The other problem I have is storage. I know I always say I have a lot of storage on the scooter, but when everything's packed up the way it is with everything I've got, I don't even have room to even slip a few things in the back. There's like no room for anything. I can't even stop and get a bottle of pop, so that means I've obviously still got to work on downsizing what I pack for these trips. And it feels to me like I just went minimal with everything I need. So I'm going to have to figure something out. Well, with the new bike, we'll figure out something. But just thinking about it now, and I don't know, maybe I will go to Englehart and take a chance with the meat and milk there, because at least I know I can get it, because I can't just pull into the next site and have no food and back to no milk again. So anyway, that's that. Last night was a pretty good fire. Don't know if you can see it over there. I had because the park is so isolated here and there's virtually nobody here, there's no staff, there's no nothing, I kind of scrounged my own wood, and actually it burnt quite well. It burns better than the stuff they sell you. And had a nice little fire, stayed up till about 11 or so, and then passed out. The bears and the wolves managed to stay away, so that's good. And it's just been a very quiet night. And it's nice to have it a little cooler in the morning before the heat of the day comes on. So let's get some coffee in us, and then we're getting on the road. See, the reason I put the tent on the tarp like that instead of the tarp over the tent like a lot of people do is because the tent is designed to hold off most rain in most conditions. Now if you get a real deluge, a real downpour, it'd be nice to have a tarp over top too. But if you're not getting that, if you're just getting a regular rain, it'll for the most part protect you. But the tarp underneath is going to protect the tent from one thing, from too much wear and tear on the bottom of the tent, little stones and sticks and things poking up through. It's going to protect you from getting holes in the bottom of your tent. It protects any moisture from coming up through the bottom and making it cold in colder conditions if you're laying down there. But mainly the main reason is when you go to pack up the tent in the morning, you can roll up your tent on a clean surface, and you don't have to roll up your tent on dirt or gravel like normally if I just had the tent sitting on the ground like that. That's when it gets really messy. So it's nice to have a clean surface to roll it up on, provided it hasn't deluged rain or anything like that. So this is a normal situation morning. It's going to be nicer for rolling that up. Welcome back to morning coffee time with Rich. So here at Kap Kig Iwan in the morning, just having my coffee before I start packing up and getting ready to go. The locals told me that there's a really nice waterfall around here to go look at, but I don't think I'm going to go. I got a long day's drive ahead of me. I still got places, so I'll probably stop along the way. I don't want to get going too late because this waterfall is about, he says, about a couple miles down the road, and then you got to take a short hike and all this kind of stuff. And by the time I'm done that, I'll be late getting out of here, and then I'll be just chasing the tail all day. So we're going to miss that waterfall, but maybe we'll find some more interesting sights along the way. But if you ever come to Kap Kig Iwan, I'll let you know there's supposed to be a spectacular waterfall for anyone that's staying here long enough to check it out. I can show you a little bit around the campground. If you take a look around, and this is a July morning, the first week of July, most campgrounds in Ontario are completely packed 5 months in advance, but for some reason this one is new and relatively unknown to people. Now I know we're getting up north, we're quite far north of Temiskaming, and maybe that's why, but I've been to other parks up this way. I've gone all the way as far as Thunder Bay, and parks are still full. So I think what it is this park is relatively unknown. And I think the reason why is because this park was closed down decades ago. They closed it down. I'm not sure when, but I think it was closed down a long time ago. It's a very old park. And so nobody knew about it because I've camped in Ontario for most of my life and never heard of this park until now. I know it's a little further north, but never heard of this one, never saw it on the map on the Ontario Park site or anything like that. So I think it's just recently been reopened, and that's why it's so understaffed. And they do have some bugs to work out, you know, as I showed you before. This is the site I was supposed to have. And as you can see, it's nothing but like an old logging road, a little piece of old logging road. There's no flat spot to put your tent. This is a hill I'm walking up right now. There's no fire pit. There's no table. Just nothing. And you're just stuck on this road beside the other site, which has all those things. So if you look back, like seriously, that's my site. So I'm just glad I came in here on a Sunday when nobody was around. They said that on the weekend it was actually pretty full in here, and so I would have been stuck in that little spot there, and that would have really sucked. So I just moved across and took another site, so good for me. Another thing I want to show you as evidence of the fact that this is a very old park that was abandoned a long time ago is if you look in here, now hopefully we're looking here, you can see that this old clearing here was actually a playground, and it's completely grown in with the trees and everything. Let's see if I could just get the camera up here. I'm getting used to this camera, bear with me. Nope, it's not gonna work. Okay. Okay, there we go. So this was actually a playground, and the trees and everything have grown up, and you can see this old remnant of a swing set that was here, and who knows how many decades since the last kids swung on this swing set, but you can tell it's been a while, and not much of a playground anymore, as you can see. But so it's just recently been reopened, which is good news, and that's partially thanks to, and I'm not trying to be political here, but the fact that we no longer have a conservative government, because during the Harper years, he tried very hard to shut down all these parks, and he was ready to have them all shut down. And fortunately, he lost the second election, or the last election, and now the parks have been saved. So that's good news for anyone that likes to camp and enjoy these parks. So here we go. There's your little tour.